What if the sun didn't die, but simply stopped protecting us? Not darker, not colder, not exploded into some apocalyptic supernova, just silent. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and seeing the same golden sunrise. Birds still singing, cars still moving, cities still alive. But somewhere deep inside the sun, something has changed. Its invisible magnetic heartbeat suddenly weakens. And within hours, the shield protecting every planet in our solar system begins collapsing.
Because the most important thing the sun gives us is not light. It is protection. Right now, the sun is constantly breathing. From its outer atmosphere, millions of tons of charged particles stream into space every second at incredible speeds. Scientists call this the solar wind. That solar wind creates a gigantic magnetic bubble around our entire solar system, known as the heliosphere. And that bubble is the only reason Earth is not directly exposed to the violent radiation of deep space. Most people never think about it because we cannot see it. But beyond that invisible shield lies a deadly cosmic ocean filled with high-energy particles traveling near the speed of light, launched by exploding stars, collapsing black holes, and distant galaxies. Normally, the heliosphere pushes most of it away, but if the sun suddenly went quiet, that barrier would begin shrinking almost immediately. The edge of our solar system would start collapsing inward, and for the first time in human history, Earth would stand exposed to the raw violence of the galaxy itself.
At first, nobody notices. Then, satellites begin failing. GPS systems drift offline. Aircraft lose navigation. Communication networks start collapsing around the world. Scientists scramble to understand what is happening. Observatories detect a massive spike in galactic cosmic rays pouring into the inner solar system. Radiation levels in orbit rise rapidly. Astronauts aboard space stations rush into shielded emergency compartments as invisible particles begin tearing through spacecraft electronics. Then, Earth's atmosphere starts changing. Incoming radiation collides violently with oxygen and nitrogen high above the planet, slowly weakening the ozone layer that protects all life from ultraviolet radiation. At the same time, the atmosphere becomes unstable. Cloud systems begin behaving differently. Global temperatures drop. Weather patterns turn chaotic. Governments are forced into emergency meetings as scientists warn that the sun's silence may trigger a planetary crisis unlike anything modern civilization has ever experienced. Power grids become unstable. Entire cities prepare for controlled blackouts.
Not because the sun exploded, but because space itself is becoming hostile. And the most terrifying part is that this idea is not science fiction. The sun already goes through natural cycles of magnetic activity every 11 years. Sometimes it becomes extremely active, sometimes unusually quiet. But history shows that our star is capable of far stranger behavior. In the year 1645, the sun entered a mysterious period now known as the Maunder Minimum. For decades, sunspots nearly vanished from its surface. Solar activity weakened dramatically, and across Earth, temperatures fell into what historians later called the Little Ice Age. Rivers froze, harvests failed, entire regions suffered brutal winters for generations. Even today, scientists still debate how dangerous a prolonged solar silence could truly become, because humanity has never experienced one in the modern technological age. Every satellite, every power grid, every communication system, every digital city on Earth exists under the assumption that the sun will continue protecting us tomorrow exactly the same way it does today. But the universe does not make promises. We look at the sun as if it is permanent, stable, eternal.
Yet in reality, human civilization survives inside a fragile magnetic bubble generated by a single star. And if that invisible shield ever disappears, the galaxy waiting beyond it may remind us how small we truly are. Because the scariest possibility is not that the sun dies, it is that one day it simply stops